Imagine a universe where the rules are written in fractal mirrors. Everything is inverse, but the inversion itself is a programmed illusion. This conceptual labyrinth is not a mistake, but a perfect design. A system that demands that you feed on its poisonous fruits to continue existing, while your consciousness screams that each bite brings you closer to a holographic cage. The labyrinth operates under a perverse quantum law. To see the exit, you must accept that it doesn't exist. Its walls are woven with retrocausal time, mirages of freedom, and existential currencies. Here, the only way to win is to play. But every move entangles you in quantum knots, invisible contracts that bind your vibration to the frequency of the matrix. How do you escape a system that feeds on your resistance? If you abandon everything, you become a ghost without density. But if you participate, you are an accomplice in your own prison. The paradox is diabolical. Your light depends on the electricity that darkness sells you. If the labyrinth is a simulation, who receives the energy you generate by suffering its rules? Are we cosmic batteries for higher dimensional entities? How do you differentiate the authentic self from the simulated self, if both arise from the same emotional algorithms? If you rebel against the system, aren't you following another script hidden in the source code? Is physical hunger a metaphor for a quantum void that the system exploits to keep you hooked? To navigate the labyrinth without losing your essence, a poetic sabotage is required. Phase 1. Feeding yourself in reverse. Consume only what weakens you as a player. Phase 2. Create quantum doubles. Project avatars that meet the system's demands while your consciousness observes from a non-local plane. Phase 3. Infect the matrix with paradoxes. Introduce unsolvable equations into its code. The greatest danger isn't the matrix itself, but the vertigo of knowing you're awake in someone else's dream. How can you sustain lucidity without falling into anger or apathy? Is enlightenment just another level of the labyrinth designed for those who think they've cracked it? If the system is unbeatable, what's left but to dance with its shadows while cultivating quantum fire at your core? But here lies the ultimate question. What part of you would survive if the simulation collapsed tomorrow? Would you be a god without a world to rule? Or an orphaned bit floating in nothingness? And the most disturbing question, are you reading this? Or is the labyrinth reading you? How can the conceptual labyrinth be used to better understand the nature of reality? What implications does participating in the system have for existing in terms of individual freedom? How can one feed into the system without losing one's personal identity? What role does simulation play in the perception of reality? How can the logic of the conceptual labyrinth be challenged to find new forms of existence?